Yo, what's going on, everybody? Randy here, Nerds Templar. Chillin in episode 4 of our Temple Foundry stream, Vodcast, a new thing that we do here. Just a morning hangout, nothing too crazy. Just a chance to chill with everybody. And of course, just kind of like our Quartermaster stream. Quartermaster stream, we talk about stuff we have for sale. But here in the Foundry stream, with Quartermaster stream, which is usually on Thursday mornings, here in the Foundry stream, though, normally here on Monday mornings, we do creative different things that are in the works here at Nerds Templar, creative-wise. And so that is what we will be doing today, of course. Tomorrow, if you are interested in the rest of the schedule, tomorrow's our normal Pokemon collection, TCG collection series day. We open in four of our last packs from the Heavy Hitters collection. And then also Friday evening is our big Pokemon collection thing. I don't think we're going to have I was hoping to do, this will be our 6-month half an anniversary of Pokemon collection stuff. So I wanted to, and usually on the end, at the end of the month, every month of collection, I've been doing an Elite Trainer box, a large box version. You can see some of them up there. Maybe that green box and the red box next to it here, and the blue one. Or, well, you can't see it because there's 2 tins in front of it, but there's another one there behind them in the middle. About 8 to 10 packs, depending on which ones they are. So I was hoping to open that this week, but the new series ETB probably won't be shipped. I'm hoping, if we get lucky, it says it's going to be shipped, expected to be shipped on Friday the 23rd, which is the very last day that I would want to wait to do my month anniversary, because that would be adding an extra month or an extra week in, which we need to do somewhere in the year anyway. So we could do that extra week added in here in August, and that would work out, and then we would end up doing it on the 23rd. But that is only if by shipped on the 23rd they mean shipped to me by the 23rd, and not being shipped out on the 23rd, which is a Friday. So if that happens, then it'll of course not be here until the week after that, hopefully before the Friday, the following Friday, but we will see. So I have a couple other things coming that we will get into on Friday. It'll be, I believe, it'll still be 8 packs, though. We'll be opening Friday, so slightly larger, older packs if you're interested, semi-older, Sword and Shield, mid-range-ish. So yeah, anyway, I guess that's the end of that. So, all right. That's just all I have to say about that, I guess. That was Beyond Lumina, the 3rd episode's musical composition. Made on Virtuoso, the app on MetaQuest 2, by myself. Yours truly. Made all the music. It's not amazing, but it was something. It sufficed. You can watch Beyond Lumina. The first 10 episodes are posted. They've been here for about a year or so. We actually watched live viewing of the first 3 episodes, and then I missed all the other live viewing scheduling I had. So I do want to get back to doing the last 7 episodes, live viewing those, getting those back in rotation on the channel content. And then once we get through the 10 live viewed episodes that we've already have posted, I will start doing 11 and onward episodes, posting those, and we can watch those live whenever they're posted. But I've already have up to 15 written, so there's a bunch. It's already all, now it's all outlined. It wasn't that way in the beginning. I was kind of just throwing the story together. I had an idea of what I was going to be doing, but yeah, now it's all much more structured. So one last thing before we get into actual Foundry business, I have one Quartermaster's update, one seller's update I would like to make. I finally posted, in fact, you know what, it's a little easier. I'm just going to use this and show you in person here. I posted this Yu-Gi-Oh card finally, which you may have seen in past episodes. This beauty of a color print test. Yu-Gi-Oh there, of course, you can see. You can see the better pictures on eBay. Check out the description below. You can then go to my eBay store there. it's there right now for 200. Buy it now, $200. It's like maybe a little not scratching necessarily, but you can see like you can just see some like that it's old. You can tell it's old, sort of in the middle of the black there. Again, it's from like the mid 2000s. A little bit of wear, but it's lightly played because it barely does have any markings at all on it. Again, you can see in the eBay picture it picked up all the little tiny blemishes it may have had down here on the bottom right side. But you can also see there the broken bordered Yu-Gi-Oh stamp, which is odd. But I have seen a couple on eBay that were like this. I have seen none though that have a first edition well, stamp, whatever you want to call it, first edition mark on their text, somehow still on there when nothing else is. So again, it's the first edition from back in like the mid 2000s. I can't remember what exactly I pulled it from, but I did pull it myself when I was a kid. So it's been in my collection. It's actually been in my little, I don't know where it went, but the pictures were taken on top of the little Yu-Gi-Oh portfolio binder I have. That is where it's been for its entire life pretty much. So nice condition for the most part. So that right now is posted. I posted it for $200 yesterday, and within like the first couple hours, 2 people were interested in it for the make an offer price of $150, which I didn't mean to do, but I did. And so one person did make the $150 offer, and then another guy messaged me directly, and then he made an offer of $160. But the other guy was first, so I told him that I would offer it. I would give it to him. I made the counter offer of $175, so he could take that right now, and then it could be gone possibly. But if he doesn't, then I'm going to put it up. I'm just going to auction it off instead and let the best man win. I'm going to start it off at $150, which is what that accidental make an offer price was. That I know I'm pretty positive that both of these guys would be interested in, and let them. And whoever else may be interested, then duke it out at 150, 160, and maybe if they want to go up to 160, someone wants to go 170, they can do that. And who knows, maybe we'll even make it up to the 200 that I was hoping to get for it. I was actually hoping to get even more than 200 because again, I put it back already, but you're not going to find one. I didn't see any on eBay that had the first edition on there, so you're not going to, as far as I'm aware, you're not going to see one like that. It's not a hollow version; it's just a normal unhollow card. But as you can see, that it had that like weird. I saw some with the full stamp. I saw a lot without a stamp at all. I saw a couple, like I said, with the broken stamp, like I have there at the bottom, the broken foil stamp, just the border of it, basically the outline. But yeah, none with the first edition. So keep that in mind. If you want right now, you could go and do the buy it now for $200, just so you know. But if you are interested in maybe going trying your hand in the auction, I'll probably just go for like 2 days. I don't know how the auctioning works. I'm assuming that I can switch it now before anyone actually buys it, from what it is in the buy it now to switching to doing an auction instead, starting it at 150. Probably only do it for 2 days if that's a thing I can do. Just let it go quick. Let these guys do what they can, and anyone else in the like immediate meantime also maybe try their hand at grabbing it. Especially again, wanting to give you guys a chance if it does end up going to auction. Give anyone watching this video either live or in the next day that it comes out on VOD, give you guys a chance to grab it as well, because it will just be gone like that. I didn't expect it to be gone so quick, but in the first couple hours I posted and people were interested. So it tells me that it's probably worth more than I posted it for, or else people wouldn't be trying to buy it so quick. Even if they're not trying to buy it for the 200 I actually posted it at, they're trying to buy it so quickly that it tells me that I actually saw one posted for $100 or for $200 that was not first edition. So they are going upwards of that. $30 I think was the lowest, but that was like maybe just a regular color test print with nothing else. Those could be even like much newer cards from new things that just came out. So that's probably why they're not worth much. But again, I actually didn't put it in, I don't think, in the eBay description. But you guys at least know, at least from what I said, at least, because that's all you can know is what I claim it to be. But take my word for it. I hope you would. But that I pulled it. What would that be? Probably about 20 years ago myself. From I assume one of the tins, because that seems to be the products I got the most when I was a kid. I feel like that was probably. I mean, I got a few boosters here and there, you know, loose boosters, loosters from card shops or whatever. But yeah, for the most part, it was getting tins probably from like Walmart and stuff. I just found, as you can see here, this will actually be open. I meant to mention this Wednesday morning. We're going to open this. Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, the 25th anniversary dueling tin. This isn't. There's going to be a Dueling Mirrors 25th anniversary Dueling Mirrors tin coming out. I think in October or something. We'll pick that up. This one's the older one from I don't know when it's from. Probably like a year or so ago, because it's still 25th anniversary. So we'll open that. It has, what was it? I think it's 3 mega boosters, 3 18-pack boosters. So it's almost like 6 boosters in there. So we'll open that up and have a good time, because I have like barely any Yu-Gi-Oh collection anymore. So I have this. This is my old collection, what's remaining of it. It's too bad. It's almost like a deck plus some extra cards. I feel like I could probably make it into a deck. There's some decent cards. It's like old school deck though. It's not anything like all the crazy stuff that they have these days. Anywho, I guess that's it. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that card, and also yeah, that we will be here Wednesday morning to open that, another collection thing that usually doesn't happen, but I do want to do one non-Pokemon trading card collection stream every week, and I'd probably end up being. I want to make it probably Saturday morning because it's a better time, but I really want to open this Yu-Gi-Oh thing, so it'll probably be Wednesday morning. If not, though, I have 3 Disney Lorcana Ursula's Return packs that I could possibly open. That might instead be Wednesday, and then I'll do Yu-Gi-Oh on Saturday. Maybe we'll just do 2 this week because I feel like it. 2 different ones. All right, but that's it. Now let me get to what we're actually talking about today. Now that we're half hour into the stream. No, only 17 minutes, not bad. So yeah, I didn't really know for sure what I was gonna chat about here, but I guess yeah, we don't even have my screen up, or my laptop screen here. Let me since I don't yet, just do this first. And that you see there is the box of base set and base set 2 Pokemon stuff for sale. Not all listed yet. Just listed Ash Ketchum as well there. Moderately played on eBay again because it's a Topps card. I'm going to get to all these Space Jam cards, but again, this isn't a Quartermaster stream. This is the Foundry stream. What are these? These are also being posted, I believe. Yeah. I think I may have already posted those actually on TCG Player. Yeah, that's right, because they're unhollows. They got to go into the binder, the for sale binder. All right. So I just wanted to show real quickly here. These, although they may be in a Pokemon box, these are actually my cards from my game. One of them, at least. This is this is Wildlands, the card game. I'm not gonna show them too close here, but yeah, basically just a pretty simple card. Not much to them. That's what it's a kids card game, kids trading card game. So though it will be, it'll have its more advanced tactics. It's made, I guess most card games though are of course made at first more for a younger audience, only in that they start out a little more basic and they get more advanced as the sets grow, I guess, which is probably going to be the case for this as well. But it's going to remain. I'm trying to make it remain very playable, very kid-friendly, wholesome content, of course, as all the games that we make are. But then also, like, kind of. I thought this kind of art, something like this is just AI generated stuff, but I wanted something that would work, something to use for now. And so that's just prototype for my very first prototype versions anyway, just for myself and family and maybe some close friends, hopefully, to start testing it. There you see the 2, I have the red and the blue decks ready, and there's some, there's like neutral cards or whatever that are done as well in there. Here's some of the extras I have right here in front. And I do also have the yellow and the green decks ready. The red is the lion deck, and the green or the blue is the bear deck. The green is the rabbit, and the yellow is the Kong. And we have a bunch of different brown. I think we have 5 brown animal types ready to go. So that's actually usually what we talk about here, is just checking out the trying to solicit artwork from you artists out there of any caliber, really. You know, you don't have to be a professional. If you are a professional and want to, you know, do some pro bono work for now, at least, maybe. I mean, once this game's an actual game, we're definitely going to have, have real paid artists for doing the work, obviously. But for now, if you want to, you know, feel like you're contributing to the alpha version, if you will, you can always do that. So just as what we usually do. I'm not going to spend too much time. I'm just going to scroll through. If you want to stop, of course you can. And that's what you're going to have to do anyway if something here inspires you. And I, not being a great artist myself, I've taken like these and put them behind a blank sheet of paper with a light underneath them and just like used them as a stencil almost. And then like made changes here and there just to make it better, because it's AI generated and sometimes you get some wacky stuff going on, like this, like a random end of the tail hanging up there. You can't see anything I'm showing, of course, because I'd never switched over to the laptop monitor, but here you go. So yeah, there's that. Let me get back to, all right. Yeah, I didn't need that. Okay. So yeah, we're just going to scroll back through the few that we went through at this point. Or we get to card templates. That was the first. No, that was the first. Yeah. So yeah, really, do whatever you feel like doing. For now, I am probably going to focus on the first ones I'm going to use are probably the more simplistic ones. So cartoon like doesn't have to be that simple, but it could if you want. It could be like that. It could even be like that simple. But don't make it too complex, because again, that'll help with the printing of them, at least make them look a little better on my coming out of my printer for the time being. So yeah, keep them relatively simple, cartoon like animated. So again, kid friendly, something cool, a little flashy. Doesn't have to be crazy. That's really cool, but maybe a little too intricate. And again, red for the lions, and they can be like, I'd say like a mix right between lion and human looking. These are all actually quite good, I'd say, the way they look. Some of them are maybe a little too lion-esque, but again, I leave it to the artist's discretion for the most part. You can make several age range. You can make a young one, you can make a medium-aged one, an older, but not like, you can make an old one too if you want. You can make an older, like adult one. You can make a king, like I had some with the crowns here at the end. Yeah, so there's that. And get into the bears, blue, same thing. Not a whole lot else. Stick to also with all of them. Stick to about like a medieval type of look to them. Doesn't necessarily have to be warrior, but it could if you want. And we're looking for male characters here. We will actually look more at some of the female character AI generated stuff this time. We didn't look at much last time, but we will here in a bit. So, but again, yeah, say a lot of these bears are a bit too, like this one's a little too simple, a little too cutesy. We don't want cutesy, that's another thing. Just try to make it kind of cool. Doesn't have to be like epic, but like kind of make it cool. Goofy is fine, I guess, too, if you want to go with a little goofier. But not really, we don't really want cute. And then here is a little more for the stipulations, I guess, for the art itself. We're looking for more like the hare-like rabbit, less like a bunny rabbit, more like a hare. And again, age ranges all sorts. And green, obviously, as you see here. That's a pretty good one. Hare-like. Again, hopefully that makes sense, like a wild hare rather than a domesticated bunny rabbit like this. There's a lot of like real goofy looking ones here that are like very cartoon bunny-esque. If you want to go that route, I suppose, like it's not like we couldn't ever use something like that. We'll see. But I was kind of in my imagination picturing like a hare, right? Like that. A bit. A little more cool, right? Than a little bunny rabbit like that. Also, if you're not an artist, if that's not something you're capable of, like myself, you could always try to help. Discord link is below. You can join the Discord. That's a good way to share stuff if you'd like to, or also eventually once people start joining, I'll keep everyone updated on stream stuff there, schedule wise. But if you can't, make art, then you can always, if you want to shout out some potential name ideas for some characters here for all the different animal species. As you saw, we have these characters are all named. There's Hardy, the armadillo. A lot of these, I was just like, I need a name for the card right now, so I'm gonna just come up with something that works. And I needed a few for each, so it took a bit of brain power there for some creative brain power. But yeah, Hardy was one of the best I could come up with, I suppose. Armadillo would not have been one of my choices of one of the first species in the first set, but I think it's gonna work out as one of the better ones. I love this like goofy rabbit thing here that's happening. But yeah, again, medieval of some sort. Rabbit, hare-like rabbit. All ages are fine. Everything else, guys, just do what you can do. A lot of these are also very rabbit-like. We want something right between like a super looking animal like biped and a human. We want something like right between there. And I know we don't want to confuse children like all the modernists do with thinking that animals are humans. The backstory, sort of, I should say, like the mixture of animal and human is really just to, I guess, make it seem like it's a little more interesting. It's also the sort of the backstory behind it would be that I guess you could say the animal characteristics are characteristic of those people, because they are actually, we could say behind the scenes, they're really truly the Wildlands characters are all actually just human beings just like us, but they are portrayed with these it's almost like, what, I can't remember what that classic story is, but the one fable where everyone is turned like into beasts based on how they are inwardly. So basically your inward self comes outward in appearance. That sort of, think of it that way, is why why I guess they look like humanoid animals, which is what I put into the AI thing, animal, humanoid, whatever animal it is. That's why, because they're certain characteristics that we may sort of pass on as humans. We may anthropomorphize animals in such ways. Those characteristics are what these different, I guess you could say, tribes of people or whatever are known for. And so the more Kong-like people of the world be portrayed as the yellow Kongs here. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I wish I could remember that classic story, what that's called, because if you could read that, maybe that'd be anecdotally helpful. Yeah, these Kongs, monkeys aren't quite what I wanted, because I do want like a Kong, a more big, not like an ape or anything, but like more like a primate sort of thing than a little monkey, because apparently that's what monkeys are. Big things that we sometimes consider monkeys aren't actually monkeys. Monkeys are tiny things that jump around in trees. So I think, yeah, we want to distinguish between those two things. So these are more yellow Kongs. We want a more like that kind of hairy like face. They're bigger, maybe like a chimp, not like a chimp. What am I thinking of? Like the not an orangutan. Isn't there some kind of like big? It's like that bigger hairy kind of monkey. That's not an ape, but like kind of verging on the size, or a gorilla, obviously, not those two, but something that's like at least sort of that big, just not that bulky. Slip in my mind, but that's kind of what we're going for. I used in the last time I said more like go for more like a Wukong look like this rather than like a Diddy Kong look. They use Diddy Kong for the other one, use Wukong for this one. I actually used this image, I believe, for one of the cards here. This one's really cool. It's just a little too epic, I believe, as well. We want to tone it down a little bit, but that might be something we use in the future because I would like to make like a. We're not going to release like a ton of stuff. If and when this game comes out, it's going to be probably like a biannual release. We'll do 2 a year or something, like a big release, and then like something that's like a tad smaller. It's all new stuff though, and I'm thinking, of course, we'll do like special editions of in the future of like cards that end up being used a lot. And so, say there's one of the Kong cards gets used really often, and then we can make something like a super epic looking one in that set, like just an epic set of cards that are used often, and yeah, go that route. But again, just like most games, we don't want to make it pay to win. So, and just like Pokemon's good with that too, making all the cards accessible and then having the alternate art versions for collectors. But we could really go a step further than that, which I plan to do. But again, I'll keep some of that close to the vest for now. Yeah, so that's about it. We're now, yeah, of course, yellow Kong. Those are the first 4 that we're dealing with. Probably just going to start there because it's a little more simple just to go with 4, I think, to begin with. But then soon we can add 2 more, and we can add the orange fox. And I do have names I have like initial names because there's going to be other games as well. There are already other Wildlands games, and so for some of those I just have like the one character that is the representative character, I guess, for that species in the game, in these more simple games. So we have Rusty the red lion, Chili the blue bear, Spring the green rabbit, and Peel the yellow Kong, which was funnier whenever it was Peel the yellow monkey, but it's not as good now. But so that maybe that one could change, I guess, because we do have the brown monkeys now, the neutral colored, which is brown. I use brown for. We have neutral colored monkey, like normal little monkeys now, so could always use Peel in there for one of those. So yeah, and then orange then where we are now, and these are mostly good. These pictures are pretty good. I think this is actually we used this for trying to determine where like between human and animal the thing should be. I think this one was pretty good here. I like this. This is a little too human. This one's good. These are a little too fox-like. That one's not as bad. That one's too fox-like. That one is maybe a little too human. That one's decent. Decent. Maybe a little fox-like. Maybe it's just the eyes that are making me think that. But yeah, again, if it ends up being a little more fox-like, that's okay. Send them in anyway. Not going to really be that picky for people's donated art. That looks more like a cat, so yeah. But same as everything else. Orange, fox. Oh yeah, and his name was Pads with a Z because he's edgy. Big battle axe. Maybe not. Maybe there's if you want to take creative a license with some of this and say, I don't know, I feel like the lion tribe should be sword warriors and they should have big swords or something, and then The bears are like the defensive, you could say, of the tribes. They're like the more defense oriented. So you could play that in somehow with how they all look, and then same with all the other ones. And you can use your own artistic discretion for some of that. Ways you what to go, and if you want to then note to me that the things you do in that regard, yeah, I'll be sure to then note it in my mind that you went to the efforts of doing that intentionally, doing whatever would be intentionally. I was kind of considering, you have like lion, bear, and maybe monkey or Kong, that are sort of like the bigger of the 6 original ones here, tribes, species. And so maybe they like wear the heavier armor, and then you have like the fox, the hare, and finally up here we'll see the wolf that maybe wear like a little lighter armor. Although again, the wolf and the Kong are basically gonna I consider them about the same size, if you will. And then the lion would be a bit bigger than them. There, of course, yeah, purple wolf. Lucius is the name I have right now, but I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with that. That's the most tenuous name, I guess, for the, yeah. Same with, I guess now Peel for the yellow Kong is kind of up in the air. Those are the, I don't know, Sydney jumping off the couch about what? You hear somebody? So, there's those. Just finished scrolling through these. We already looked at all these, so not really anything too new. And you got all the stipulations down now you need. What, dog? These are all, for the most part, pretty good, the way they look. Just check and see if someone's here or not. Probably more so that the dog needs out. She can wait a little bit. Already about 40 minutes in. We'll finish scrolling through here real quick, and then I wasn't going to show a whole lot more. We already looked at the cards a bit. There's also, and we'll get back to talking more Fantasy Age in the future. But in this, I have it's like a 1 card. You actually saw that was the one of the what you call it's the templates, card templates that I was scrolling through these pictures, and I went over the card template. That's actually the one right there. It was, but yeah, that's a Fantasy Age game there. It's more like an Uno type game, but verging more on trading card game, but it's used with just one deck, played with one deck, that is. But still, I've tested that one many times myself. It's been tested once way back in its early days with my older 2 of my nieces / nephews, which are 2 nieces. They tested it. They kind of got it, but they were a little young at that point to really, pick it up. And we only played 1 round, so there was that too. It kind of dragged on again. And when you're trying to learn games, and it drags on, and then when you're young, it drags on. Playing with the younger kids, it drags on even more. And then they end up getting bored of it before it's actually over, even though they're usually the reason it drags on. But anyway, they weren't that bad. It was, because the game it all really, it depends on the luck of the draw for everybody. It could sometimes end up taking, I don't know, maybe a half hour or so, and then maybe it'll take other times an hour, perhaps. Maybe it'll even be less. Maybe it'll be 20 minutes at sometimes. So yeah, I get like most games, there's a decent bit of chance involved. So all right, so let's go into, I don't really have names picked out for any of the females. We'll say the female main species characters, but it would be good to have like a main female character as well to go along with the main. I've already picked out like a name for each of the like a main, you could say, like perhaps it'll be like the king or whatever of the normal time period that things are being played in. The king at that, or one that's going to be king or something like that. Hence the crowns before with all the, and you'll see crowns for the female characters here too. So yeah, all right. I still didn't filter through. Some of these probably still need filtered, but I'm gonna just skip through for the most part. We'll be good. So Ruby is what I came up with. Go figure. It's very original. Sorry, just lost my place. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna try to go with like a gemstone name for each of the female characters since they're all colored, but I am not good enough to do that. I got close. We'll see. Actually, now that I say that, I don't know if I remember all the names I gave them because I've only been playing with the line and the bear decks so far, and I've been then switching out the neutral cards between them. I actually made several changes already to some of the cards, and for the better already. I can tell that the game's running much more smoothly. This is less thought out, this one, than Fantasy Age, the card game, because it's an older game of mine. So it's been in the making longer. It had more thought put into everything. And so there's that. This one is a lot newer of an idea, although it's basically the same game, just with simplified rules, you could say. So there are some things, though, card-wise mostly is where it comes down, because the cards were much more thought out so far in Fantasy Age. These cards, I didn't just throw them together, but I kind of just threw them together so I had something to play with. And yeah, that's really all I needed. I just needed something to begin using so I could play the game and then make changes as were actually needed. So that's where we're at. So yeah, Ruby is what I went with here. Way too lion-like there. And again, same thing. You can get several age range, whatever you're feeling. We'll get to crowns as well, like I said. And just pause if I guess you feel inspired or something. Skipping around a little bit. Yeah, that one's all right, I suppose. Probably not the best. It's not too bad. Yeah, stick to something that looks a little more normal. It's a little better. I actually wait. What? There we go. I was going to say that's not the order that they are on my other screen, but this one I used for the Lion Queen. It's batted for the Lions. That one's a little much as well. So Bear, Sapphira, Sapphire, Sapphira, if you will. I don't know how you want to pronounce that, but something like that. Yeah, same deal. Blue. Everything else applies the same way. Somewhere between bear and person. So like some of these are a little too bear-like, I would say. A lot of them, honestly. I didn't find too many of these generated female bear humanoids that really worked out for me. I don't know what they were doing. I just put for these, because they're not warriors, don't make them into fighters. I just put simple colored outfit, simple blue outfit, for instance, for the bears. And I'm not sure then why most of them ended up looking the way they did, but they did. But whatever. You understand at least what I'm shooting for. So even if these AI pictures aren't the best, I think you have yet an idea. We want something that does not look like exactly like a teddy bear. Although that would be funny at some point, maybe in the future. I wouldn't mind like perhaps doing a spoof set. You could call it something like that, I guess. where you just use like goofy versions of all the cards. The bunny would be easy to do. The bear would be easy. The monkey would probably be pretty easy too. The lion would be probably less funny than the rest, but we could, do what we can for it, I guess. I think oh yeah, I used this one as well for the bear queen. Thought that one was pretty nice. Although it has like a, I don't know, maybe I guess you could just think of it like as a medieval portrait painting or something, but I don't know, there's something about it that seems like it's trying to go, because it's the AI doing it, seems like it's going for like a more like a holy image or something. So don't do that. But like if you want to do some kind of nice noble portrait, honestly, that is kind of what it seems like. That'd be all right. That's kind of cool. Background wise, I guess, yeah, just do whatever you feel like. The simple backgrounds are nice. A blank background is nice too, I suppose. Super intricate would probably be hard to deal with. Obviously that goes for all of the images, all the artwork. But if you want to do more, even if it's like a simple landscape or something, that'd be okay. Just don't make it, I guess, too detailed is all I'm saying. Too many other bears here. That doesn't even look, I don't even know what that's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a bear. It does not look anything like one. This is, again, too much like a bear. Yeah, I'm really not too happy. I guess some of them were not too bad, like face-wise. They kind of met the. Let's see if we can find one that was not too bad. Here's the ones that I used. Okay, so I used this one. This one wasn't too bad. I had to do like heavy editing, obviously, to get just the picture I wanted. But and then I think I used this one. Maybe not. Maybe I just considered using it. But that one's decent as well. And I'm pretty sure I did use this one. That was not bad. Is there another one on here I used? Some of them, of course, I was trying to just get them looking similar because I wanted them to be like the same character, right? So definitely you could do that. You can make some that all look different, whatever you're feeling. That one's not bad. I didn't use it. This one is not bad, I guess. Yeah, I guess that was not too bad. I may have actually used that one too, now that I think about it. So there were some back there that were not too bad. This one's pretty good if you're thinking like a princess or a queen or something. It's more like princess, but yeah. Face and everything wise, that's about, I think, what we're looking for. I think I may have used this one, perhaps. I think I skipped this one, but I think I used this one. Pretty sure. All right, anyway. So then we go to the rabbits. These I wasn't too happy with. I guess you can make them a little more bunny-like instead of hair-like. I guess that would be more on the cute end rather than hairs that kind of look more cool. So if you want to do that, I guess, but you can kind of do whatever, again, you feel like. I don't want to limit you artists out there to anything. So feel free, for the most part, just those few stipulations. Color, simplicity for the most part, and I guess that's really it, honestly. And don't make them keep it, honestly, keep it, I should just say keep it G-rated the way that we are these days. Just keep it G. PG, I suppose, but keep it G-rated would be the best. Sorry. Keep checking my phone, make sure nothing important comes through. Some of the, that one's not so bad, I guess. Doesn't really need the steeple in the background. Yeah, but they're not really the greatest. And it wasn't, some of them it just didn't take so well with. Rabbit and bear were pretty much the two, I would say. Monkey, there's some issues with monkey as well, because also because I put in monkey, so it's thinking that rather than Kong, which is what we kind of want. So, yeah. What just happened? Lost place. Oh, there's some duplicates in here. Did we go through the duplicates? Maybe we did. We didn't. Where is this picture at? Okay, all right. Well, I know we looked at these. You saw this one. Those. Oh, there we are. Okay. There's that one. One's not bad there. One's not bad. I think I'm not that one. May have used this one. They put them in different orders. This one, though, I did use. No. This one's maybe not bad. These I don't remember. I printed these out. I haven't cut them and haven't used them yet, obviously, because they're not cut yet. That one's not. Nah. This one's a little. I mean, it's not bad actually. It only needs 2 ears, not 4, but other than that, it's pretty good. That was not bad. That'll probably work in these last couple here. And it's a little too cutesy there, I think. I mean, it's the cutesy is a little less problematic with, I guess, the female characters, but still try to err from doing like the real crazy. I don't even know how to describe it. There's probably some word I'm not aware of for it. But here again, the Kongs, they didn't turn out all that great, but some of them were okay. This one is also a little harder because we're dealing with monkeys. That it's a little different between like when you're trying to make a lion into a human and when you're trying to make a Kong into a human. So yeah, because that would be one reason. The one on the right there is not too bad. These are all out of order. Yeah, but a lot of them are really pretty far off what I'm looking for. Most of them just look like monkeys or people. That one's like close, I guess. Again, wouldn't mind doing like a more, making them all look more animalistic for one set and at some point, you know. But I am kind of trying to look for something that's going to be not just the characters, the art, images used for the trading card game, but something that we could really use to get all the Wildlands series characters, some images, some good artwork, and start getting like a baseline for what these main characters might look like. So again, join the Discord. That's probably the best way to post artwork if you want to do that on the Discord. That one's pretty decent there. Kind of what we're looking for. They're just not. They're really just not. The monkeys aren't quite hitting the mark. That one's almost there. It's, yeah. You get the picture though. Again, like with the bears, I think, and with the rabbits even, you understand again what I'm looking for. It's all good. Really hard to figure out where I am here. Okay, that one's terrible. Yeah, this one, actually, I think I used this for the monkey, for the Kong Queen. Queen Kong. The rest are, like, these are just, yeah, nah. Almost, not quite. But almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, so this is neither of those. No, okay, I'm just going to stop showing. These are just terrible. All right, on to the fox. The fox is better. The wolf is good too. They're like the lion. There weren't as many issues um, as the other. Yeah, the monkey, the bear, and the rabbit were just they just went like a totally different direction with those. Um, so for the most part, these are all basically good. Oh yeah. Also, what did we? I think I went with Citry, like citrine. No, amber was the Kong. So Citry must have been for citrine again. Must have been the fox because I guess amber is more yellow colored and citrine is normally, well, it could be orange or yellow, but I guess it's more orange than amber is. So went with Citry for that, and then what was green? Oh, Jade for the rabbit. And what do we have left then? I guess maybe I went with just like Amy for the wolf, but I'd rather have it like maybe we make it like Amitha or something for amethyst, obviously. Unless there's another, I can't think of any other purples I would use. Amethyst is the, you know, the staple purple gemstone, so can't pass it up. Just like ruby and sapphire. Emerald would have been one of the other ones, but I think jade works maybe better for a name. Meh, too fox-like for that one and that one maybe. But yeah, again, most of these are pretty good. But you got it now, guys. You know what we be looking for. Actually, you know what? We're just gonna keep on going because after these um, colored, the colored species pictures, we're gonna be into the neutral species. Um, so we will just keep going till the fat lady sings. Just like with the males, though, get to the crowns, and that's the end of the pictures. All right, I guess not too bad. Think of like Disney, you know, Disney, good Disney graphics or animated visuals. I don't know, whatever you call it, artwork. And yeah, whatever I name this wolf. But the like I said, the fox and the wolf, I might wait. They might wait a little bit before we add them into the mix, just to make it a little more simple, because it is supposed to be like a beginner's trading card game, but something that's not just like what I almost imagine is like it'll be good for everybody. It'll be good like a good family friendly trading card game that you can start with your kids maybe when they're 6, 7, perhaps 8, and actually learning how to play the game at a low level, right? But then the game will, especially for with those first kids that pick it up, the game will progress in complexity as they grow up. Um, but then it also, because of that, apply to more than just those kids. It'll continue to apply to those kids or kids in the future. But then it'll also apply to them and them themselves in the future and their parents even, perhaps. At first, it'll be a little lackluster, but not really. I mean, it's already getting pretty interesting in my opinion, and I've only just begun to really work with all the not necessarily the mechanics. They're pretty much all set how they need to be, I think, at this point. But working with the cards themselves, that's really what it's going to come down to. And I'm kind of looking for. I really want to ask some of these guys at the comic shop. Probably going to ask them soon, maybe. I think I know them. I don't really know them all that well, but I'd like to know them a little better because they're good guys, seem like good guys, and I wouldn't mind them then helping me to form these games. So that'd be the hope, and maybe they can help more because I need people that uh, actually like really know trading card games and can test them hard and try to break them pretty much. That's what you need as a game tester. You need people around you who are willing to try to break your stuff. Yeah, but it's hard to find people that are that reliable. Yeah, it's funny. Some friends I had in the past, well, a while back, I considered even reaching out to them, but I don't know if I want to open that can of worms. Um, Sorry, I am looking through other pictures I have here, seeing if there's any other ones. Yeah, let's check these out. These aren't so bad. Here's some more. They're like a little more cutesy, I guess, but some of them might not be so bad. But yeah, back in the day, I was trying to when I first started trying to make games, it was mostly video game oriented. But again, it could be either, in my opinion. Um, they were not interested. I thought at first I thought they were showing some interest in maybe helping, or form. I shouldn't just say helping, but really creating a game company in a sense with me. But they weren't quite that interested. I don't think they were really quite interested in even like the game testing, helping test stuff out. So makes you wonder. But then again, uh, I wouldn't. I mean, friend is a strong word. Aristotle would agree. Uh, a true friend takes virtue, common interests, and a lot of time. And those three things together, you may come up with a true friend. So I can't say I have any true friends, but I have many, good acquaintances, I guess I could say. And they would still, I guess these guys would still fall into that realm, I suppose. I wouldn't say anybody falls out really outside of their realm. I'm just not my nature to hold grudges, really. I don't care enough, I guess. Um, but yeah, that's about it for these almost. Got the wolves, and then we got the brown neutral species. We'll only go through the 5 that I'm actually doing. That's don't mind that. Don't mind that. Wink, wink. All right, let's see. Go to. Oh, there's a bunch. So many images. I got to really sort through these things. Okay, I think I showed most of these as well, but whatever. I don't think I showed the females, so we'll go through all those as well. But yeah, we got mouse, obviously. Again, 5 of the neutral ones we're starting with, and I'm just going to show those 5. Just like he's saying, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the back. Owl. Oh wait, no, wait. This is bird, so disregard those. Skip over those because we're going to wait on the bird. And we're going to wait on the next one here and that one as well, and that one, and that one. And here's the owl, which we do want. This one's kind of interesting, I think, but they don't need to. So again, they can be, I guess you can make them like warrior-like. You can make them, for the males, you can make them just like a villager. You can make them a kid. You can make them an old guy, I suppose. You want, especially for an owl, that seems like it makes some sense. Like an old owl elder. So yeah, sky's sort of the limit there. And really with the females, the only thing is don't make them warriors because I'm not going to use female battle characters, if that makes sense, without trying to divulge too much info. That's kind of what I'm shooting for. But yeah, owl. You see there's quite a mixture. I just, again, put in simple brown outfit, right? And it was already with medieval in mind, medieval fantasy in mind. So it gave me some that were sort of villager-like, some that were a mix, some that were warrior-like, that's a possum, and we're not going to do those just yet. But we will do the possum-like thing. I don't know if it's actually related or not, but the armadillo, which looks like it could be related, at least. That one is hilarious. I pointed out last time. The armadillos, some of these are pretty funny, but yeah, this will be number 3. So we got mouse, owl, armadillo. That was a good one. I think I used that for a card. In fact, I think his name is Sheldon. Go figure. You already saw Hardy. Oh, that's Hardy right there, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, just imagine, instead of these just generic AI images that no one is proud of, it could be you could be the one who creates the true Hardy, the armadillo. It's like some kind of artist's hat, medieval artist's hat, like Picasso or not Picasso, Michelangelo or somebody. Raccoon will be later. And yeah, number 4 then, right? Yeah, I think. Yep. Number 4 is the monkey, which we talked about already. Now this will be one of the bigger challenges for you artists out there, is to make things. I don't think it's going to be that hard for you, I'm sure, but distinguishing between the Kong, the yellow Kong characters, and the brown monkey characters, which are tiny, which should remain small. You could think of their like adult size as being like, what do we say? It would probably be like the fox size, which would be the was that the second? Well, it is the second smallest or third smallest once we put in number 7 and 8, species 7 and 8, which would be cat and hawk. But before those are added into the colored species, I guess fox might be the smallest. Hare and fox would be around the same, maybe. And then we would have monkey and wolf around the same. So yeah, but then this monkey would be, I would say, around fox size at the largest. Because that would be one way to distinguish. And then again, Kong would be, you're talking more like wolf size. And the lions being a bit bigger. Pretty sure I showed these as well, though, so we're not going to spend a whole lot of time. Again, pause if you need to. Skunks will wait. And finally here, the Doge. Of course, the Doge. I think you probably saw him in there, Sarge. Seemed like a good name for a dog soldier, Sarge. I guess, make whatever kind of dog you want. If you want to make different types of breeds, you're welcome to do whatever. I just went with brown dog, like I went with brown everything, brown monkey, brown skunk. Even though skunks aren't brown, I did brown skunk anyway. So just brown dog, and it gave me, these types of dogs. They're mostly like a generic dog looking thing, but I guess some of them are a little different, like here. And you have a lot of just dog-faced dogs. I don't even know, what would you call that kind of dog? That almost looks like a wolf there. I think I used him as well. A lot of these are pretty good. That one's actually kind of cool, but maybe a little too cool. I don't know. Actually, that's not so bad. The only thing would be with like something like this, maybe this is a good example here. The armor is a little too detailed, but other than that, I think this is really good. It'd be perfect detail-wise, and probably like, art style-wise, simplicity-wise. Oh, and also that's like perfect between dog and human, I would say. This is not. Okay, now we get into that's right, dog I thought up, for whatever reason, was one of the last ones I thought up doing, so I did those, and then I went into just doing the the female characters of those because I knew I was going to use dog immediately as one of the first 5 neutral species of the set. Again, no warriors for the female characters. You know, villager, kid, just kid, normal, just kid. Go with like a noble type of look. Of course, you could do like princess and queen and all that, but I think we're gonna stick maybe with doing the queens as just the queens and kings. That is, for just the colored species. We already saw these. They're in a weird order. Sorry. So yeah, bear that in mind. But you can make all the other ones, you know, like a noble or a lord, if you will, like some kind of vassal, which is what you could almost consider all these neutral species are like vassals to the colored ones to some degree or another. And we're forming more than just the images in the what the world looks like and the characters look like. We're also coming up with basically everything else for Wildlands. It's a new concept of mine. I have a lot of stories made in the making, universes, fantasy universes, if you will. Fantasy Age is a big one in itself. That's the other game series really universe, but it also has its own stories, if you will. Kind of like you can think of D&D, I suppose. So yeah, again, Armadillo next. And so, but Wildlands is not one of those stories. I've actually been writing stories much longer than I've been making games. So I just haven't released any except Beyond Lumina, which is actually it's literally the newest story because I made it solely for being the first thing released on YouTube here a year ago. And I started writing it pretty much right then. But now that I had a break from it after the first 10 episodes, took a break from posting them and writing it for a bit, but then I got back to writing it and it's all been outlined. It was pretty much being outlined in my head as I went. And then now it's actually outlined for the most part in reality. Not that one. That was not too bad, I guess. It's hard with something like an armadillo person. It's difficult, but armadillo just fits. If I could think of something else that would be like a hardy type of character like that, that's not a turtle, then I would do it, but I can't. So that's a problem, I guess. That's my problem that I'm faced with here. Some of them, I guess. Or I guess maybe the artists will be faced with more than I will. Mouse, of course, number 3. So yeah, Wildlands is almost a blank slate. Almost like Beyond Lumina was at first. Actually, not quite. This is even more of a blank slate than Beyond Lumina. It was at least. Now it's slowly forming, as all stories and universes and whatnot do as you add to it, which is a great way. I'm gonna divulge here for a little philosophy lesson. You know what? Oh, and as I say that, this is really random time to mention it, but I had somebody commented about belief in religions or basically as fairy tales, and one of it's actually the Yu-Gi-Oh. I just messed everything up. The Yu-Gi-Oh episode, first one, I'm pretty sure, and I commented back something generic. I don't know what in the world just happened here. Oh, yeah, I do now. Okay. Wow. Here we go. Okay. I didn't. Yeah, I just gave a pretty generic comment back, and but then he actually gave a relatively, I don't know how thought out, again, because I'm not him, so I can't know how thought out it was, but he gave a pretty long reply. I haven't really looked at it yet. I just noticed it, but I will I was actually thinking about just doing a stream reply because it's a little easier than typing a bunch of stuff out. So I think I might do that, but I do appreciate that level of engagement on my channel, even if it's not necessarily positive. It's not necessarily negative though, from what I saw in the comment. It wasn't like he was being, I don't think, trying to be super rude or anything. So that's why I think he at least deserves a reply back. But in that, instead of doing a text reply, oh, of course he can do all the replying to my video he wants, but I think I'll just do a little stream. It'll be a nice little philosophy lesson for more than just him anyway. But I can't remember why I was about to divulge on. Oh yeah, because stories, just like God being, again, not talking about like any specific religion. We're talking philosophy here, not religion. God is the creator, that which created everything. Existence itself, basically. The reason for the cause and the reason for all things existing, including time, space, everything, everything. Because the thing that created the thing, quote unquote, that created everything, every space thing can't be part of all those things, right? Because that is impossible for something that's within the things being created to be the thing creating the things. That makes no sense at all, obviously. So the fact that things have been created means that something is outside of that creation that had created it, and that also means that that thing must be pretty darn powerful. In fact, it has to be all powerful to the point where since it created everything, it has full control over that thing in which it created, because it had the power to create it from absolutely nothing. Meaning not like some like empty space, but like no thing, being no thing at all. There was no thing that existed except this, whatever it was that created all things is the only thing that could. That's all we can possibly know. We don't know what it is, other than we call it God, right? And then, different religions take different revelations from, and some from all, like Muslims believe in that as well. Jews believe in that. All Christians believe in that. Many other, maybe not many other religions, but several other religions may. You have a lot of like the spiritualists, the deists also believe in that. But the one interesting thing though is that, well, once this all-powerful being creates, doesn't necessarily give up part of its full free will over all things, that it would have full control, if you will, over all things. But it does this thing we call God, thing, quote unquote, because it's not actually a thing like us, a thing. It's not even like a thing like space is a thing or time is a thing. It's not like things. Try to get that out of your head. It's hard maybe for some people, but try to get it out of your head that God is a thing, another thing, like any other thing. Completely different, because it is the thing, quote unquote, that created all things, the being. You can't use the word force, because forces don't have an intellect, a mind in which to actually do voluntary, willful creation. A force just is a force that does things without a mind. It's a mindless force. But that's not what God is. It created with a design, so it had to have a mind behind it. It created the mind that we have, the intellect we have, and so our intellect had to come from something else that had an intellect. It couldn't just pop out of nowhere, right? That's just not how things. So anyway, my point being, to kind of get back on track, I guess, as we slowly get through the last of these. I don't know why we're going through dogs again here, but apparently, no, wait, yeah, why are we going through dogs again here? What happened? Did I do more dogs? Maybe I did. Maybe I did. Because we have some armadillos, some more mice coming up too. Oh my goodness. But anyway, so once, though, speaking of the intellect, reason, will, being all interconnected, once God willfully creates us and gives us free will, the ability which He has, the ability to choose for ourselves what we do, He does give up some of His own power in that he's allowing us to use somewhat the same power to make decisions, and he's going to allow us to do that to some degree. And so in that he allows us to use to exercise the free will he chose to give us freely, he sort of hands over gives up a little bit of his almighty power, right, in order to allow us to make decisions on our own. And that's the you can call that maybe even the difference between his again, keep clicking off, what they call his wise will, which is what he actually wills himself, and his voluntary will, which is just the things he allows to happen, because he gave us willpower. He gave us the ability to choose, again, voluntarily for ourselves. And so because he did that, he has to allow, through his voluntary will, has to allow things to happen that he didn't necessarily will himself, whether that be something really bad or something that's just not quite as good as it could be and is still good. So yeah, now we're looking at random monkeys again. Oh, I needed more of these. That's probably why, because as I was actually making the cards, I needed to use I wasn't satisfied with all the images, so I made a couple more, got what I needed. I did not need those old owls. Let's not look at those images. Actually, that's it, I guess. That was the end of them. Oh yeah, because I guess I didn't, yeah, I only made the female characters I needed for now. So you saw them all. I don't have all the other ones. There's like 8, 9, maybe even 10 other ones. Skunk, porcupine. Not gonna name them all. Beaver, bird. Yeah. So old owls, they're more than welcome, because that's fun. All right, that is that, guys. I don't know what else we have here to do. There was one other thing. Oh yeah, I know. It's just one more small thing, I guess. What was one of the ones we weren't happy with? There's some of those old owls I generated. Here is designer.microsoft.com/image creator or whatever. Yes, image-creator is all the hyperlink is, but yeah, it's Microsoft Designer here, AI design thing. You can see some of the past ones I did there, but it's yeah, it's how I have been. This seems to be the best one in my opinion. They've actually updated it several times. You can do different sizes now. Here, make sure we're in square. I'm gonna just do some square ones. I just figured I'd show you what sort of the process is that I did here. What are some of the ones that I wanted more of? Or let's I don't know, let's try one of the bear. I think I have some. I think I have mostly. Let's do rabbit. Let's do okay, so the way this is what I've been doing. So I've been doing animated cartoon or cartoon animated, whatever. Medieval fantasy. And then we go with let's go with the rabbit. So, but instead of rabbit, let's go with hare. I'm gonna do a hare instead, because I've always done rabbit. So maybe if we do hare, it'll be a little better. So I'll go with the male green hare humanoid. And then I've just been making all of them pretty much warrior characters for the male colored species male characters. And then was I putting armor? I think maybe I was putting armor. So green armor. Or oh yeah, it was there's probably like green or leather armor. There it is, yeah, leather armor with green trim or whatever. And then I think I was doing like a simple green, like simple green and white background with all white edges, but I don't know if it understood what I was trying to say. Sometimes it actually did that, sometimes it didn't, but we'll go with that. So that's basically all I did right there. If you ever wanted to, I guess, do the same, for your own creations perhaps, or whatever. But yeah, now that I have my printer, I've been printing stuff out. The cardstock I have, 92-pound, is pretty decent. Probably going to get some stuff that's a little heavier. My printer can still do heavier stuff than that. I think up to 110. So there you have it. Those are a little more hair-like, I suppose, maybe. And you just pop them into your downloads there. Gonna skip that one. I don't think we need that one. These three are not bad though. So that's it. And then maybe hit generate again there. There's also this thing here. It gives you 15 to begin. It's like some turbo generating thing. Yeah, that's about it. That's all it is. I don't need this video thing here. And now they actually just recently added the history there. You can look through and go back, which is really nice because before, yeah, you couldn't go back and see your old stuff. Go there. That was not whatever. I'll grab that one too. Yeah, so that's that. That's how I make images. Oh yeah, I was going to mention, yeah, because we have other games that I could make game props for now with the printer and the cardstock I have. So that'll probably happen. It'll be even better. Again, like I said, I prefer not to keep making using ink on AI generated artwork. I would rather use it on stuff that somebody actually made, even if it's not like super really amazing, something amazing. Mine aren't quite good enough. Maybe if I made all of them, I would do it, but that's a lot of time that I don't feel like I can put into making all the art myself. So that's why I'm hoping that maybe other people are interested, even my nieces perhaps, because they're kind of artistic, kind of like that kind of stuff. If they can get to the point where they're drawing like the outline version of the things, then they could even have the boys, their brothers, could have them color them in because they're good enough. They're good colorers, so they could do that. My colored pencil coloring didn't transfer too well on the scanner, so maybe like a real good marker or something that saturates well but evenly would be the way to go for scanning it into the onto the computer. So yeah, I don't know why I'm making a bunch of rabbits. I don't really need any more, but why not? I'll probably be making more at some point anyway. But that's how it goes. That's how they turn out based on what you say. This again has been pretty much. This is obviously I'm not affiliated with these guys. I just use them because again, like I said, it's probably the best one I found for doing this kind of stuff. At least actually, it's the best I found for doing most stuff. I was able to make like spell or like effect cards, if you will, like those kind of cards for my other card game using this. But a lot of other AI generators, they just want to make people images all the time. But I needed things that weren't like card draw, like a hand drawing a card. That was really hard to do. The ones I got were not good, but they would be good to use for like a stencil or something. But again, somebody who's an artist should hopefully just be able to make a hand picking up some cards from a deck by themselves without any help. Maybe not. I don't know. Because I'm not good enough. I could, but it probably wouldn't turn out so well. I did take some art classes, even in college. But yeah, not that great. That, I guess, is all I have for you guys. About an hour and a half now in, or more. So yeah, all right. I'll catch you guys. I keep wanting to do the next Beyond Lumina live viewing. If I ever feel like it in the evening, maybe it'll be tonight. Whenever I do feel like it, I'll probably just pop in and start doing it. I'm sorry if you really, really want to catch it live and you end up missing it. I'm sorry. But I guess just like keep an eye if you really are somebody like that. I don't know if there is anybody out there like that. Even if they knew about it, they wouldn't be. Maybe not. But if you are, keep an eye on the channel. Around 7 p.m. is when I will start it if I do it. Whatever day it is, it'll be 7 p.m. Eastern. And then we'll hopefully maybe by Wednesday do it. Maybe I'll try to plan for Wednesday evening, and we'll do our Pokemon collection tomorrow morning, and then we'll do the Yu-Gi-Oh! Or maybe Disney Lorcana opening, one of the two, Wednesday morning, and then maybe Beyond Lumina live Wednesday evening. Thursday morning we'll be back for Quartermasters VOD, and then Friday, big Pokemon evening stream, 6 p.m., 6:30ish p.m. Eastern. And then it'll be Saturday. And I think actually, yeah, I was going to mention if I'm going to give a reply to that guy that commented about wanted to do a little religious philosophy debate. I'll do that Saturday morning, probably this Saturday morning. So I guess if you're interested in that, stay tuned for that. If you are that guy, feel free to stop by and we can even do a live chat. But I highly doubt that I would catch you like that. So I'm just hoping I will post the link as a reply, a text reply to you, and so you will at least see it that way. Hopefully, at least, and then you can watch my reply in sped up version or however you prefer, and then you can give me a reply on that video instead. But yeah, anyway, I guess that is it for now, guys. I'll catch you hopefully in the next one, whether it be tonight, maybe for Beyond Lumina, or it be tomorrow morning. I'm Randy, and this is Nerds Templar. Either way, I am Randy, and this is Nerds Templar. Peace out.